Everybody, welcome back to BSG Annual 2022. I will be your host for the next couple of runs. My name's Killer Chair, and with me I've got SatanicNerd running Baba Is You. True ending. Take it away, friend.
Thank you, buddy. Well, here we are with Baba Is You. This run is gonna get crazy, so my commentary is not gonna keep up because I'm not a rap god. Anyway, most important thing is this third setting, input repeat delay, where it's currently on practically 0. That means that every time I press a button, Baba moves. What's added to that is in controls. It's not that quickly visible, but I can move with both WASD and arrows, so I have double inputs. That's the wrong button. So let's set up this run. There's no save data, that's good. You don't want to watch the intro because that's slow. So if you want to give me a countdown, I'm ready to go. Everything's gonna go crazy.
All right, and then let's go in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, that was the introductory level. We can reset on the map just like in levels to make the transitions go fast. That's another level done. What you want to do is you want to be something is you. Currently in the starting levels, that's Baba. Here we made rock is win. We stood on the rock, and because Baba is you is standing on something that is win, we win. That's the gist of this game. Here we couldn't get through the skulls because skulls were defeat, so we became walls, which were on the other side. This world introduces sink. Here, if we didn't remove that sink, we would die on the ice. We don't want to do that, we want to win. So let's go. All right, here there are 2 items which we need to destroy. The first one is sink, or the star, which already is sink, so that disappears. Now we make the skull disappear. We need this is, so you have an undo button, which is nice when you're doing this many inputs. Trying to do it in this quickly. All right, we need to breathe because we're talking a lot. Here, pillar yard, the stars are destroying anything that is in there, so we want to put the pillar inside and walk onto the flag with a pillar instead of Baba. This level is... I don't know if this one's intended to be that solution because it's too easy for all the words that's here. Here you cannot stand on something that is you, so you need to become both you and win. We'll see that another few times in a run. Whether I'll be able to say that it happened or whether you will be able to spot it is another question with this game. We just won again. Yeah, we're gonna win a total of 69 levels, and then some other levels when I'm gonna do some other janky stuff, which we'll see in a bit. There we had the first occurrence of something being itself, rock is rock. That means that while that is on the screen, it cannot become something else. But we needed a flag, so that's why I had to break the sentence rock is rock so I could make rock flag. And here we cleared the first area. We got one of those flower sprites that are floating. All right, breathe. Next world. So this is the overworld. Maybe in the bottom right corner you already saw there's Baba is you and flag is win. That's maybe a spoiler. If you know the game, you know exactly what it is. If it's not, your mind will get blown. Believe me, this game goes crazy. Definitely. Rose is red, violet is blue, flag is win, Baba is you. Now Rose is you, and we win. All right. So this world is the first world where we'll do some levels twice, where levels have one solution, and then the level is like, ha, we're going to remove this word, so it's harder for you. And you figure it out. So here it is one of those instances. The level changed a bit, so we had to do a different solution, which is a bit harder, a bit more big brain. You can recognize those by the dice dots. Here, this level is very interesting because you first need to get to the other side of the water by using the rocks to sink them. But here the rocks are float, so they cannot sink. So we actually use the words instead. Why not? And here it's even worse. Everything is float, except Baba. But that's all right. Whoa, I did that weirdly. All right, rock is win. Bit of a bungle, a lot of inputs. But we're doing it fast. All right, here there's text floating on water. If we make it stop floating, it will disappear. But we want the win condition, obviously. So here we go. We extracted it from the water. Destroyed another bit of text, which wasn't important. So yeah, this is basically the game. There are a lot of rules on screen, and you control those rules. You can push them around, and in that way, it's a very interesting puzzle game. Here we get teleport, which... whoa. There we go. Which is an interesting mechanic. It does exactly what you think it does, but it can go crazy if you stack it with a lot of other properties that things can have. This is pool, which is cool. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but all right. And here we have move as well. So what we're going to do is the water, we cannot traverse it. So we're going to get Kiki here to traverse it for us to get the key on this side. And there we go. Pool is a weird mechanic. Usually you can push things, now you can pull things. This is a funny level. There we go. I just heard Tech say what. I mean, that won't be the first time you'll say what during this run. One less, there we go. I did not mean to pull you. All right, here we do a bit of a setup. If you see on top, there's a flag moving with me. If it reaches the skull, I am dead. So we need the ghost to pull us to the other side. And then we go ahead and win. I don't like this level. I've done it a lot of times, and I feel like every time I do it in a different way. It's just a weird level to me. Go over here, teleport the key, because it was pushed before, so we couldn't stand on it to teleport it. Here we see the word not. The fence is stopped, so I don't like that, so we need the win condition, so fence is no longer stopped, and Baba's win. And here's another redo of the level. We remove the word what is from below, so we cannot make Baba is win. So we need to be a bit more creative. Here we go. We make fence, not fence is win. We weren't standing on fence, so we win. It's that easy, guys. It's just logic and programming and breaking your brain. Anyway, that's 3 flowers done already. That's flowers. You get the floaty sprites when you clear a level. We'll get 69 of those. You get the flowers when you clear enough of those levels in a small world. Here Baba is weak, which is not what we want. Here we make Skull is weak while it's also defeat, but it gets destroyed before it actually destroys us, so that's cool. This rock is blocking us, and we walk through it. Alright, this level, Baba, we cannot stop him from self-destructing, that's too bad. Now rock. Has means now that we can destroy things, we can also make it so that when it gets destroyed, it drops something. And there, if rock drops rock, then nothing happens. Here we're gonna make love is hot, because why not? Because it is. And here the box holds a flag, and we melted the box. It has a flag, so we got a flag and we won. This level is cool. Here box is weak, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna place some things on top of it. I mean, it's weak, so we're gonna place ourselves on top of it. And now in the sound effects you can hear it's spawning infinite keys. So if you don't do that, if you really just walk around in that level, you're gonna get tremendous lag, which is quite funny. This game is quite funny because it also allows infinite loops sometimes. Well, it doesn't allow them, but if you make one, it will tell you that the level broke because you made an infinite loop. Yeah, with this much logic, anything can happen. This is the last level of this area. I really like this level, casually as well. We may let the skulls move some text, so the skulls move and allow us passage. Right, that's another world done. Does the host want to say something so I can get a breather?
Yeah, first of all, lots of people in chat are posting like head empty type emotes, so you're doing a great job here. Anyway, for people who would like to stay updated with our events by following us on Twitter and Instagram, you can do that under the handle BSG Marathon. Get a behind the scenes look at the event and stay up to date with the latest news on our marathons, events, and more. We're also in the process of uploading all of our VODs to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BSG Marathon. Check it out, and follow it, and, look at all the runs that you missed.
All right, thank you. Yes, I mean, breaking minds here with a speedrun, and I'm a math teacher as a living, so I do it all the time. All right, so here we want to push the rock one way on the conveyor belt, but if we're not careful, the conveyor belt will block us from moving back, so we make it so that it only shifts the rock. Shift is something if it's on me, and then it pushes in a direction. With belts, it's very obvious which way. That's the wrong one. Because it has a direction. Baba has a direction you can see when he's moving up, down. With a rock, it's not that easy. Here we can only move the rock if it's on text. That's important because we need to make flag as win and we needed a bit of text to go with it. And that's only 4 levels in this bit. So that's the shortest one. Here I'm going to try to do something. Before we saw a door open because we had enough flowers. That's a cutscene which I want to skip. I missed it by 1 input. All right, you can stack them. So that would save like 5 seconds. All right, this level is fun as well. Here you have a lot of belts. Here, this is the first instance of stacking words. So we've had rules before. Now we have double rule. The belt is both shift and push. So we can push it into the wall, which destroys us, and the wall gets shifted away from us, so we can practically move the wall without touching us. This door is shut, but it's never said that it's closed, so you can just walk through it. This is just how the game works. If it doesn't say you can't walk through it, then you can do exactly that. Just look at the rules. There's a level as well which has walls all around, but it never says wall is stopped. So the first time you get in that level, you just get mind blown, like, what the hell am I doing wrong? I can't do anything. There's no movement room. And then you realize that, in fact, there was a lot of movement room and you just were mentally blocking yourself. Here we want to destroy the skulls. So, and I don't want to get destroyed, so we made 3 sink. And 3 has 3, so every time the 3 sinks with the skull, it spawned another 3. This is a fun level. This is... First time you do this, is you'll figure it out, but it's quite finicky with the pool mechanic because it's so weird. So we need the 3 around the corner, but you cannot do that with pool. So you need something to shift it along, and that's what we brought the belt for. Here, this area has pretty cool levels. You have to really start thinking here. Here we need wind below there, but those bugs and conveyor belts will pretty much soft lock us if we end up in the gaps in the ledges. So we need to actually use words other than making rules to block us so we don't get lost in there. Here we do the same, but we have 1 word less. There was an is above, below, so this solution is a bit more big brain. Here we go, we just push the is here, so you don't need another word extra in the bug. All right. Here, this level is very interesting. Because this flag is win, but in the bottom right it also says flag is stop. So we can never stand on it. But if we push it into something, it gets shifted back onto us. If something is stop, you can't move onto it, but it can move onto you. Right, that's this level. That was a swap mechanic. We'll see it a bit more in action here. If you walk onto something that is swap, it gets swapped onto you. And here we win. That's this world done. All right, so we've seen a lot of worlds. There will be one more world which is basically introductory. What I mean with introductory is here we get all the rules separate. Because I'm pretty much already done with this map, almost. I need 1 more, and we're only halfway through the run. So we've seen most of the rules already, which is pretty cool. Here we have fall. If I do not support the key with either myself or text, it would fall to the ground and you can never get it up. Here you control 2 and you have to actually use that for once. Very interesting. You can shift Baba as you like that. That's a very cool mechanic. You can do you can really blow your own mind with what you can do with them in levels. Like you try to do one solution, which is not the intended one, and you just get stuck with all the movement you've been doing, and it's really finicky. There are a lot of levels which actually use that even more. And it's even more mind-blowing. Here, empty is flag, we make it, so everything was a flag. I mean, all right, horror story. This is called horror story because we become the empty. Yes, you can control the empty in this. So here, that's the wrong movement here. Movement is a bit finicky with empty, what you can move, what you can't move, because you're literally moving anything that has nothing on it. Here we make doors empty so we can walk through it. Here we need a Baba in that box, so we're gonna make Baba is empty is Baba, so everything that had no tile on it became Baba. Here you'll see that again. That's the wrong movement. There we go. So, yeah, we had a lot of babas there. If I practice that on my laptop, I get lag. This is the second level of existential crisis. This is a bit harder. Here you need to push the rocket up while also moving it to the left, while also not stun locking you, while also not losing control of Baba. So there's... if you get stuck on the bottom, you can't recover that. That's why. Here we go. Movement is finicky with empty. This level is really interesting because we're going to push the empty, but it's really particular when you cannot push empty. Because you can really lock yourself in place if there's empty to push, but if you have to push everything in all directions, you're just stuck because there's no movement. It needs to go off the screen where there's infinite emptiness. So I promised craziness. Yes, that's this level. Here level is move. We just got the word level. That's bad news if you want to do this casually. That means that brain is gonna get hurt. So here, we're gonna do a setup where we actually lose. And here, so here, if the level is defeat, every instance of Baba is destroyed, but because Keke was still moving, he actually made us alive again. And here level is flag, so now the level turned into a flag. Now if we're in this level, I think you can guess what's gonna happen now. Now we're gonna make levels Baba, because in the bottom right I spoiled we have rules, so we can win the map. The map was a level. That's right. Here in the top you can see we can use individual letters. There's a whole subworld to that, which is very cool. Here we're gonna actually need that. So we have something that's called love. So if we make love here, it actually counts as the word love. But only vertically. So here, love is you. And flag is win, so we need to change Baba into a flag. All right. So we're now really starting with the crazy stuff here. In this level, you cannot move right. Because then the ice moves Baba into defeat. All right, we can now move right because Keke destroyed the rule that says that we are ice. And here we make Keke both you and win at the same time, and we win. All right, 2 more levels, and then we're out of this crazy subworld. This level is weird. It says if you look exactly at a wall, you'll die. If you look carefully, I'm never looking at a wall. I just walk through it. There's quite a difference there. I never looked at it, I just walked through it. So we didn't break any rules. All right, here flag is win. I don't think we're gonna need to win here, so get rid of that word. All right, this level is a bit crazy. Rock is push, wall is shut. Get this rock ready here. All right, so we're making rock and wall shut and open, which means we can break some level. Here we're gonna make level is open and something else, which is Baba, because this overworld as well had rules. So now we're Baba, and we can move this rock onto here, and now we're in another subworld. Oh, this level is very cool because you have to be really particular with words. You have very few to work with. So here I'm gonna collect this I cannot move weak to the right to destroy skull, which is my ultimate goal, because then level would be weak, and because we exist in the level, it would be destroyed. So here we destroyed the word text. Now we only have a little bit of text left, but that's all right, because now we can actually move the text weak over to skull to destroy the skull. Cool, now we can pass through it. But to break this level, we're gonna need to break some walls as well. I don't want to walk into this flag by accident, because then we would win. And gods, why would we win if we can just break the world? Anyway, level is skull. Now we can move this rock around. And do this one. Get ready for vertigo. Alright, so this is happening. If you want to do a donation, I'm just focusing on the
Yes, of course. We have a €3 donation by our wonderful plumber saying 12 minutes into this insane run, and the runner says, you have to start thinking here. My brain got fried a long time ago. Shout out to SatanicNerd for having a big brain.
Thank you, my friend. This level is interesting because we do not do it as intended. Yeah, you'll see in a second what's gonna happen. This. This. Now we're gonna make belt as text. So again, we have an instance where we have two texts on top of each other. Why? Because we need to get past here. Because the skulls used to move towards us if we walked past it. But we solved that problem by breaking that text. So here I'm gonna set up something interesting. Level is shift. So we moved the level down. I need this one here, this one here. Now we're gonna make text is weak, so we can make wall no longer stops, because we... oh, text is weak, I need to break that. Right. Here, we... Now we're setting up for level to become two things at once, which I don't think was intended. But now we have both the skull and the level text. So we can manipulate the level in the overworld. Oh, I've moved level, that's not smart. There we go. Let's now move everything around. Why? Well, now that we have level, we can actually... Baba kills us, so we remove it. We can actually turn his level, which is win, but we don't want to win this overworld. God, no, that's not meta enough. We want to make the flag a new level and win this level. This level is... I mean, I've said crazy already a lot, but I think this one falls into this category as well. This level is annoying, I would say, because there's a skull up top that makes you have to do really finicky movement and really minimalistic movement. That's one too far. We have two things that are shift on top of each other, so they move each other. That allows us to keep walking to the left, because I'm not walking, but the things are shifting each other endlessly. This is the second to last main hub world, where I mean, this is interesting. This level is really interesting because you cannot get close to the keys, so you have to use text to never get close. Ah, push. There we go. All right. So we have to clear some levels, make some levels turn into movable objects, because we can control movable objects usually. Here, I'm only alive if I'm next to a wall, so I have to push that text on there and be shifted over, because while on the belt, you're not close enough to a wall to actually live. Now we have to stay close to text to be alive. There we go. We have to make something win. We can never move away from text too far. Belt is win, and there we win. All right, this level we will abuse. I think that's intended as well. We will never win it, because why would we? It's not fast. Here we're going to start with making this level Baba. So what we're going to do... This. Here we have two things that are on top of each other, which we will both make shift, so it moves indefinitely till we break the text. So now we're blocking off lava, because lava will kill us. And now I can make the level Baba, which we can control. So now we have another Baba. Canister, this level is pretty cool. We have never seen the word before, but it's a very cool mechanic. So that means if there's a sprite, now it says is shift, but the top sprite is belt, so it gets shifted. So even objects can become words in this game, and that's... every time you're playing casually and you see word appear, you're just like, oh god, I have to actually use the map. But it's a very cool way to use belt and get words around corners, which is what we use it here for. Here we need to get another word down there, so we make belt as word, so it gets shifted by the bottom is shift, which we just need to move it around the corner. And here we made belt is flag. All right, this level is funny. There we go. Level was fall. We made it fall, and now we're going back into booby trap to make it something else entirely. I moved some things around which weren't... You can reset in this level quite easily. We've been using it in the overworld to reset levels because the spawning of levels usually takes a bit of time, which we don't want. Here we're gonna set something up with is shift. Make text shift so we can move it. Now we have flag over here. We cannot get close to ghosts. I didn't say that last time because we weren't interacting with them. All right, craziness. We can use flags to open doors and reach... Oh, I clicked on the wrong one. If you actually click spacebar on the wrong level, you'll enter the level instead of the new level, so you have to do things again, but that's fine. This is a weird level. It says if it's near, it becomes more. So every time it's near Baba, it becomes more, and you need to make a trajectory for me, another character, which we've seen once now, to move to you. This level uses teleport in the ways I told you about, which breaks your brain. Anyway, here, that's the wrong one. Wait once. Text stacking is also... God. Oh. Alright, so we did some weird things. Now we had two texts on top of each other, so the level becomes two things. I don't understand how it works. So here we're going back into Booby Trap for the last time. Jeez, we haven't won this level once, and we've been in it like for the third time now. Alright, text is shift. Why are we doing that? Because we need this belt. Because we're gonna do crazy things, like I haven't done that up until now. Text is shift. Let's break that. Alright, I'm setting something up here, which will, again, put two texts on top of each other, which is... this one needs to be moving downward, so it gets shifted downward. Here we go. Alright, so now text is shift, which is a bit finicky. So now every time text is on itself, it will shift itself forward. So I need to make sure it moves to the right to block, go all the way there. Because now we can make level is both. Now comes the crazy part. So if you want to say anything, I'm going to concentrate for a bit because we're doing, like I said, crazy stuff.
All right, fair enough. I'm gonna need a breather for a moment because this game is just so much right now. Woof. Anyway, let's just talk about something that everybody understands. Prime Gaming. Something that you can use to get a free monthly subscription. You can consider dropping it right here on the ESA channel to support both ESA and BSG. Now that I'm on the reminding people of things train anyway, we want to thank Veilig Reserveren for offering BSG a ticketing system for our events. Veilig Reserveren is a Dutch ticketing system offering a back-end system for a variety of events. All right, everybody got something that we can all understand? Cool, let's get back to the run.
All right, so I was messing up some movement, but here we are. We're going to move flags and we're going to sacrifice levels. Yes, we don't need those pesky levels anymore. Because why not? Here we go, sacrifice those levels. We're going to pick up the cursor here. And you see the word cursor in the left of the screen. That's another bad news because it means there's another thing that we're controlling which you didn't expect we could control. First it was levels, now it's the cursor. Gosh. Anyway, we're going to turn this cursor into a flag. Now we cannot move anymore as our level select character. The cursor is gone. Which is, I mean, it's horrifying if you think about it. What kind of soft lock are we putting ourselves into? But that's fine. We're going to make flag as cursor and move on to this level. Gosh, that's the worst bit. All right, so we're out of the woods now. This is the final bit of the game. Here we have to do some moving around because the text will fall if it's not close to either Kiki or not. Kiki is hot because he is. This level is, not this level, but combined with the next level is interesting. Here we win it because it's very easy to win that level. It's not that hard, but the real bit of the level which is interesting is all the other text. We're going to make the level again something else. We're going to make it a flag. Why? Well, there's no win condition on this level, so they're on this overworld, so there's no reason to make it a flag. But this level has the text near, which we have used sometimes before, but I haven't explained it because, I mean, if you've seen this game, if I explained everything, we would be here for another hour. few hours. Here, level near flag is win, because in the overworld, the level is next to a flag, it wins. All right, this is the final level, so time is coming up. Jeez, my hands are happy that we're almost over. And time. I hope you understood something. I know when I watched this on GDQ, I hadn't played it yet. I wanted to go play it, and I still watched it. And let me tell you, it didn't spoil my experience. So I imagined, even if you still want to play it, it didn't spoil or anything. I also imagine that if you didn't play this game, you understand almost nothing. But that's what I'm here for. This game is really breaking your mind. That's what I wanted to do it for. Yeah, community is great. I haven't been there in a while because I've been busy, but yeah, I really like this game. It's really casually, it's amazing. And then speedrunning it is still amazing because there's new solutions and optimal solutions, and it's very cool. That's all I wanted to say. So, host, back to you.
All right, SatanicNerd is win, apparently, and chat is head empty. Let's head into the next run coming up, which is Portal by Alex, with the category inbound. So, and let's enjoy that.